egg projection for implantation. There is, I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl. I was talking about, I think I lost it, but I was talking about, about this question. That egg is external, is internal. Is external, is internal. Okay, some frog species during mating, during sex, the male climbs onto the back of the female. So what happens? And then, so it's a culture whereby a male is on the top of a female, right? Anyway, that's life, man. During this time, the female will release about 6,000 ova. Hey! Imagine you a lady, you are releasing all these kids. Yeah. You give birth to the whole country in 10 years. While the male releases sperms onto them. This mating behavior is called, someone is gonna tell me, why didn't you read it? Why don't you read it? Questions are they might differ the way how you put things on the paper. Yes. So don't panic when I say something which changes the English but the meaning the same. Definitely you'll get a tick. Name the type of fertilization that occurs during reproduction. Obviously, sperms are outside the female's body, so it is external. Yes. Someone is saying yes. Explain why the fertilized egg of the frog do not survive on land. Why are the fertilized eggs of the frog do not survive on land? Basically, they do not have a shield or a shell, a protective layer to prevent desiccation. Okay, let me make it a little bit simple. To prevent dehydration. They don't have remember, these frogs, they don't have these amniotic eggs, which can survive on the harsh condition. So their membrane is just a simple membrane. Therefore, that's why they are basically found, this reproduction stuff is found in water. You understand? So that they don't dry up. So the moment they go on land, they dry up. So they don't have a protective layer to prevent, or you can say they don't have a shell to prevent dehydration, or you can say to prevent desiccation. Explain how this gentleman increased the chance of fertilization. But they talked about this gentleman. So this Reflex, you're saying that during 1,000 over while the male release sperm onto them. This mating behavior is called, whereby it's like the female has to, so one of the, maybe the correct answer could be that it's because of it can release a high number of eggs. You see? Yes. Let me check here. It said explain how this increased the chance of fertilization. First of all, it produces high number of eggs. That's number one. Yes. Because if there is high number of eggs, so the chance of fertilization is high. That's number one. Number two, the males release the eggs, the sperms directly onto the eggs. That's why it is on top here. Yes. Someone is reminding me. This time. The male releases the sperms directly onto the eggs. Imagine we are also having the same style. So there is no way how you want to become pregnant, because we release the sperm directly onto the eggs. But now in the vagina, they have to swim. Some they die by the time they reach there. Maybe you have 500 million sperms, only millions, maybe 10 millions will survive to reach there. And then even when they reach there, only one is going to fertilize the ovum. Yes. So the sperms are being released directly onto the eggs. So they increase the chance of fertilization. From the information above, explain one other strategy that can contribute the reproductive success. So now it depends on what you have said here. Reproductive success of the frog species. Yes, so it depends on what used here. Number one, if you used about sprinkling the sperms directly to the eggs. If you use the other one, then you can swap, depending on what you used. These questions, they look almost the same. Yes, two or any other, as long as it is correct. When the examiner reads it, it gives you the idea of what you're trying to say and is correct. Yes, so that's why I say that this question, such questions, they strictly too much. It can be adjusted depending on how the student has phrased the answer. All right, looking good so far. Yes, Busi, Tamo, Tomo. Yeah, good. Frogs were busy here. Yes, Baba. Frogs were busy, Baba. Hey, who is this? Leah. Hey, frogs were. Frogs, they lost virginity there. All right, let's go to. And after that, the frogs now they bring the zobza here. Oh my God. All right, the diagram below represents the male reproductive system. All right. I explained to you how you're supposed to deal with it, and I showed you very well. Name the part A. The first gland. So it is seminal vesicles. Yeah, seminal vesicles. Hormone B. Hormone second. They are not looking for what is this, but they are saying hormone B. Testosterone. Yes, testosterone. Make sure that the spelling is correct. Explain one function of the fluid secreted by prostate gland during reproduction. So seminal vesicles produce alkaline fluid, which neutralizes the acidic nature of the vagina. Alkaline fluid which neutralizes the acidic nature of the vagina. I saw some books talking about something else. I don't know, but I don't think it's correct. This is the perfect one which we are looking at. If it is so, maybe they will look into it and then they credit it. But this is the perfect answer we are supposed to talk about. Produce is common in most common is one of the most common type of cancer among the men. The table below shows the number of men per 100,000 men different age that were diagnosed with prostate cancer in certain country over a period of 14 years. Oh my God. All right. Okay, we see here. All right. According to the table, so you don't give answer beside the table. They say outside the table. Which age of the man is most likely to develop prostate cancer? Is most likely. So they are looking at the one. So you have to come here and then you check which one has the highest number. Yes. No. This is greater than this, but this is not. So this becomes the most correct answer. So the age they are looking at 70 to 74. They draw the bar graph. Oh, not the bar graph, the histogram. They had spent enough time. Do you hear my statement? Enough time in their several years without bringing a histogram. But it looks like the bar graph. But something is crucial here. It said 64 to 79. 64 to 79. Meaning that you plot only this. Remember I told you I, D, X, Y. So definitely now you know the histogram. This is x-axis. You talk about the age, talk about these ranges here. Then you start to draw the bars. The bars, they must not have spaces. This bar must be equal to this bar. This bar must be equal in width, must be the same. So you draw, you put here number of the prostate cancer per 1,000 men, and then put the caption here. Yeah, so we come here, we say that caption, correct type of there are no spaces, correct type of the graph, we give you a tick, and then we say that plotting, we give you a tick, maybe 2 marks, axis, we give you a tick, x and y, 1, 2, scale, and then the scale we see leave spaces in between. Question 2.3, we are almost killing the paper, né? Guys, who is killing the paper? Where do we get the distinction material? You just check on the link, on the, you say join. When you say join, then we'll be able to see the book. Yes. We are not, yeah, okay. Guys, we go to the next question. Go to the next question. All right. Grace Jami. Oh, sorry. Okay, now I've got it. All right. The ovarian cyst influence female, and then they are saying the ovary cysts are fluid-filled structure that develop inside the ovaries of some women. The two most common types of cysts in women of reproductive age is follicular cyst and the corpus luteum cyst. Follicular cyst develop when the Graafian follicle fails to rupture. It fails to rupture and releases the follicular cyst to grow, continues to grow because of the continued hormone secretion, right? The corpus luteum cyst develop when the corpus luteum does not degenerate, and even when when you are picking it from the extract. Yes. They are saying that a woman often show no symptom and the cyst disappear, but in rare cases the ovarian cyst keep on increasing in size, and a very large cyst can cause intense pain and may rupture, leading to the internal bleeding. Such cyst will require surgical removal. Alright, number 1. Identify from the extract the two structure of the cyst that may develop into cyst. So we say that this causing it to have follicular cyst and the corpus luteum. So we talk about the Graafian follicle and the corpus luteum. Yeah, they talked about it. Follicles develop when the Graafian follicle, yes, Graafian follicle, and then here corpus luteum. So those are the two answers we are talking about. State or give two symptoms, not signs, associated with very large cyst. Here, what are you supposed to talk about? Very large cyst. Okay, a very large cyst. Very large cyst. Okay, a very large cyst cause intense pain and may rupture. May rupture. You see, so it is pain, intense pain, and may rupture. Rupturing of the what? Rupturing of the corpus luteum, leading to internal bleeding. So it can also lead to internal bleeding. You see, so you can have answers from there. And then they're saying that, so they only want 2 symptoms. Name the hormone that is responsible for growth of Graafian follicle or follicle under the normal conditions. That is follicle stimulating hormone, the hormone which stimulates the development of the Graafian follicle. That will be high in concentration in the blood when the follicle cyst develop. That will be high when the follicle cyst develop when the Graafian follicle fails to rupture. When the Graafian follicle is rupturing, we call it ovulation. So when the Graafian follicle ruptures, it's ovulation. Which hormone triggers ovulation? That is luteinizing hormone. I don't know why they have brought the same hormone here, asking the same question, because they brought it before. So it means that if the person doesn't know this, then automatically he has lost 2 questions, 2 answers at the same time. Anyway, I don't know, but it means that now is 2 answers having the same, 2 questions having the same answer. Yeah. They're saying that what will the high concentration of blood, okay, I think we are done with this. Name 2 hormones that will have a high concentration. Yes, we say that it's luteinizing hormone. Give a reason why this, because luteinizing hormone triggers ovulation. Yes, and then this one comes as a result of failure of ovulation to occur. Yes. So it triggers ovulation basically. Explain why women will not be able to fall pregnant if she has corpuscular cysts that continue non-disappearing. Hey guys, it's 5 marks. So basically I told you that this is negative feedback mechanism or homeostatic control of progesterone. So basically if there is the corpuscular did not generate, it means that it's going to produce high amount of progesterone. You see, it's going to produce high amount of progesterone, and then the level of follicle stimulating hormone will be kept low. Then it means that the level of follicle stimulating hormone, the moment there is high level of progesterone, then it means that there will be low level of follicle stimulating hormone. And then the moment follicle stimulating hormone is low, therefore it means that there will be no new Graafian follicle developed, or no new Graafian follicle developed. I say the blood, not ovaries. We say that past will come. It's estrogen. I don't know which question you're talking about. Okay. They're saying that which concentration of blood woman will. That, okay. Someone is saying wrote estrogen. Why is talking about estrogen? Name the hormone that will be high in concentration in the blood of a woman where the follicle cyst, where they're saying that will, I don't know why you have a confusion there. Let me see if I can detect the confusion you're having. Saying name the hormone that will be high in concentration in the blood of a woman where the follicular cyst develop. Now you come back here and find out, when does the follicular cyst develop? They're saying that the follicular cyst develop when the Graafian follicle, look, when the Graafian follicle fails to rupture. When does the Graafian follicle fails to rupture? Let me show you in the distinction material so that you understand better. Because I told you the distinction material, there is no way they're going to ask you a question and it will never, or it will fail to answer it. So let me show you, because now I see many comments and then people, it seems that they got confused there. Let me use our distinction material so that you see exactly what happens. So this is the mature Graafian follicle. You You see? Now, when this fails to rupture, rupturing is this. You understand? Which we call ovulation. You understand? Yes. So when it fails to rupture, at this point, which hormone is high? Here, that's what they're asking you. That they're asking you here. Name the hormone that will be high in concentration in the blood of a woman where the follicular cyst develop. You understand? Where the follicular cyst develop. Not what is being produced by that follicular cyst. No. They're saying the level of hormone in the blood. Definitely the brain has to release the hormone, and if you come back here to our distinction material here, you check here and then you see that this is luteinizing hormone. And then at this point where the rupturing takes place, which hormone in the blood is high? So this one will fail to happen. Therefore, this level is luteinizing. This hormone is luteinizing hormone, and then this fails to rupture to do ovulation. So the answer is luteinizing hormone, not estrogen. I hope you have got answer there. But as I told you, that the distinction material book, there is no way how you're gonna get a question and it can't be answered. Can't be answered. And even when you look at this question, I didn't want to show you this question, still you find it here being here. You see, this is what they're looking at. What exactly they are looking at here. So yeah, let's go to the next question. I told that I'll only refer you to the distinction material if there is a challenge you find in the paper, or you don't understand a bit what I'm trying to say, or there is some bit of debate. Okay, obviously A is cerebrum, B is cerebellum, C is spinal cord, D is medulla oblongata, E is the what? The hypophysis or the pituitary gland. We don't mark master gland. No, we don't mark master gland. Let's continue, guys. The next question. Sorry. Okay, someone is still arguing about the hormone. Okay, let me show you again. Okay, I was showing you this. Check, this is estrogen, check the level. It's down, man. It's down. Yeah, it's down. Not this. That's not estrogen. Estrogen is here, it's going down. You see? Yes. So it can't be the one which is having the high level of concentration. High level of concentration is this. And number two, it's not luteinizing hormone which causes the what? The rupturing not to occur. No. Because and it's not the ovum, the Graafian follicle producing luteinizing hormone. The brain is on which produces luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone starts to be produced some few days before the rupturing. You understand? The rupturing time. So by the time it's time for rupturing, the luteinizing hormone is already there. You cannot open a door when you are too far from it. You have to first come closer to the door so that you can open. How will luteinizing hormone trigger the ovulation, yet the level is not there? So the level must be high so that it can trigger that ovulation. But don't just watch the video concerning about this. I designated for menstrual cycle. Yes. Anyway, let's continue to identify part C. What is part C? What is part C? What is part C? Where is part C? Part C is, we say that is spinal cord. Part D is medulla oblongata. part B is cerebellum, and then part A is the hypophysis. Sometimes we call it pituitary gland, but we don't call it master gland. We don't give it a tick because master gland is not a name, it's just a description of what it does because it controls most of the glands. Yes. Give the letter of the part of that controls voluntary action. Voluntary actions are being controlled by this. They saying the letter. They say the letter name? No. They don't want the name, they just want the letter. Just copy there and then paste. Describe the location of corpus luteum. Here you can describe the way you want it to describe as long as it brings about the idea of this found in the center, which, yes, actually between the left and the right hemisphere. You understand? Remember, the function of corpus luteum is to allow communication and to connect the left and the right hemisphere. So where is it located? In the middle, between the left and the right hemisphere. You understand? Yes. So Elana suffered from brain injury during rugby match. He could still breathe properly, but he experienced occasional loss of memory and balance. Occasional loss of memory and balance. Explain why the learner could still breathe properly. Look, they are saying that occasion loss of memory and balance. What does it mean? What does it mean by memory? It means that it is this part A, which is being damaged. And then what does it mean with the balance? It is cerebellum. So they are saying, explain why the learner could still breathe properly. Because this is not controlled by these parts. No, it's controlled by medulla oblongata. Meaning that the medulla oblongata was still working properly or fine. Yes. Is it possible for the injury to affect B? Is it possible that the injury affected B? Is it possible? Yes. But why is it 2 marks? Yes. Why? Because sometimes the individual experiences occasional loss of balance. Don't talk about memory because memory is not controlled by this. Do you think this injury affected B? Yes, it affected B. It could be, because not that sure, but it could be. Why? Because of the balance is being affected. Therefore, the person experiences occasional loss of balance. Then question 2.4. C or C. Hearing of the learner could also be affected because of the injury. Yes, hearing could also be. Explain why. Explain. The moment they ask you to explain, you have to tell us exactly. Explain why the hearing could be affected. You come here and then you tell us hearing could be affected because they say that explain why the learner could also be affected because of hearing of the learner could also be affected because of the injury. Explain why the hearing could also be affected. Why? Because hearing is a sensation, and then it shows that cerebrum was affected. Why? How do we know that? Because they say that there is occasion loss of memory. So now this time we talk about experiencing occasion loss of memory. See? Yes. Occasion loss of what? Memory. So the answers were here. This one, the first one, it was talking about breathing because it's breathing properly. Then the next one was talking about occasion loss of balance because it is cerebellum. Then occasion loss of memory, which is cerebellum. So basically, they were just trying to see if you know the functions of the brain. Yeah, question 2.5. Question 2.5. I explained this and I told you not to go to the paper without knowing it. Someone's asking me hearing and memory. It will depend. Maybe they will just mark what is right and leave what is not right. Ne? Yes. All right. Let's go to the next question. What are they saying? They're saying that efficiency and the speed of the knee-jerk reaction is very important for the balance and the movement. The stimulation of the this tendon just below the knee cap causes the contraction and relaxation of vertebrates and muscles. So there are 4 of them, né? Because if there are 3, try. If there are 2, try. Okay, sharp muscles in the upper leg. The diagram below represents the reflex arc for the knee-jerk reaction containing only 1 synapse. Remember, junction between 2 or more neurons. The arrow indicates the transmission of the impulse. Even if they don't show us arrow, still we can know. How do I know? I told you yesterday. At the moment you see the swelling and the synapse here, the swelling and the cell body, automatically that's a sensory neuron. Definitely the neuron moves, the impulse moves like that. What is the reflex action? We defined it yesterday nicely. Say that a rapid automatic response to the stimulus. Rapid automatic response to the stimulus, or you can talk about involuntary. There are so many ways how we can define it, but it must show that it is very fast. Fast automatic response. Rapid automatic response or involuntary. We need to see that what is that you don't control it and is very fast. Yes. So state 1 reason why the synapse is significant. We talked about it. We said that it allows impulse to move in one direction. So you can think about any other significance, but that is the most correct. State what is the importance of the knee-jerk. The importance of the knee-jerk is to withdraw. What did they say? That the knee-jerk reaction is very important for the balance and the movement. Okay, knee-jerk. So based on this, they're saying that it's very important. It's very important for balance and the movement. So that one is simple. Also, now they say that describe the path of the impulse in the reflex arc to bring about the knee-jerk reaction. Basically, as I told you that, okay, that's what they said in the extract. However, they didn't say that from the extract. You see, they didn't say that. State, just say state. So it also helps to withdraw the leg from a painful. So in this case, we have to look at what was the stimulus. You understand? Yes. So this I told you what to do. It was a very simple thing, and I told you how to master this. I told you just say Mr. M, Mr. M, and then Mrs. W, and then you talk about a bow tie. They have bow tie, and then remember bow tie has a button, and then you have 2 samosas on the side, and then you bring the sensory neuron. It enters. That's what I drew yesterday, and then I showed you. And then you have the muscle here, and then you have the sensory neuron here. So now you start to explain this. The impulse moves here. Talk about the neuron. It enters through the ventral root, the dorsal root. Then here you have the ganglion. The ganglion. Then it connects to the synapse, the connector. Then another synapse. Then the motor neuron. All we are talking about the impulse. Then moves out of the ventral root into the effector, which is the muscle. In this case, is the knee-jerk, and then a reaction is done so that balance can be brought and speed. So that's how you're supposed to explain. So they are looking at 5 marks, but it's 5 marks, you can get them all. Yes.